My people, Alpha, una welcome o. Na me o, una usual tech gossiper, and I dey welcome una to TMT, Tech in Mother Tongue. Dis na the only program wey be say dey use our mother tongue take dey pieces tech matter so that everybody, both the old and the young, dey go understand. And I promise say this time we go do practical demonstration on how we fit take use Excel take solve life matter, and na wetin we wan do today o. So make we enter the environment now. This na the Excel environment. I know say you no forget how e be the last time. Now make we see how we fit take do practical demonstration on how this program fit help us solve problem, most especially problem with calculation. So if you see now, like we talked the last time, anytime you wan type, you go click on that cell where you wan type put, and then you go type. Well, so now we wan do small calculation on school matter, maybe like private school wey say they don finish their exam and they wan calculate the student score. You know say they go calculate the total, they go calculate the average, and they fit still do other calculation as well. So na wetin we wan do now. So wetin we go first do na to type those information. For example, we fit start from this cell D3. We fit come type name, right? Name, which is the name of the student. Then the next one fit contain the subject, maybe like English, English. Oh, make I use something. Eng. We'll just abbreviate am. Then the next one, maths. You see the way I take the move. I fit come the next box, click am before I type, or I fit use my arrow key for my keyboard, take move go the next one. If you dey use phone, na just to use your hand take touch am. You understand? So here fit be maths. You understand? Then the last one, science. Now just three subjects we go use. Then for other names, you fit type different names like that. But for us not to waste time, I'd already typed this thing before. So make I just show you. Student name, math, English, science. Then we can get total score, average, grade. You see am? So now we get some student names already here. You see, so everything don set. Then we come enter scores randomly for the student for math, English, and science. So the only thing wey be say I go add here na G total. This one na grand total. E fit no matter o, but I need to add am so that I go use am take show you how to calculate vertically, because you need to know how to calculate vertically and horizontally. So assuming say we don get these things ready, now this one na the student score for the first student. We get Ada Johnson. Ada Johnson score 75 for math, 68 for English, and 82 for science. Now we wan add the three figures so that we go get the total and we go come get the average under average. Now calculation for Microsoft Excel, e dey flexible. Wetin we mean? You fit do am different ways, you go still get the same accurate answer. So I wan introduce you to one general formula wey be say you fit take do any calculation for Microsoft Excel, almost every calculation, and dem dey call am the equal to sum function. That place na equal to, no be one, no mind that one, equal to sum function. This function na mother of all function. You know why? Because e fit do plenty things. Forget say the type sum o, we know say sum mean addition for math, but this one you fit use am take do subtraction, you fit use am take do addition, multiplication, division. You see, so that's why we need to learn am. So equal to sum function. After you don type this function, you don open your bracket. Inside the bracket, na there you go come type the expression. Wetin we mean by expression? Maybe like 4 plus 4, which go give you 8. Now this one be the expression. If for example you want divide, You wan divide 4 by 2. So you go just type 4. You go come look for this key wey dem dey call forward slash and you put 2. And when you press enter, e go give you your answer. If for example say you wan multiply, you go come look for this key wey dem dey call asterisk. You understand? And put 2. And when you press enter, it go give you your answer. So the same thing for subtraction and to put minus. So anyone wey you wan use am do, you fit use am do. Forget the name sum, na general formula. So make we go back to the Excel environment since we don understand that part. Now we wan add all these scores, math to science. You understand? So wetin we go do? First of all, the question you go ask yourself is where you wan add this or where you wan make the result appear. So for this student Ada Johnson, definitely e total score go dey the same row with am, which is under total score. So we go just click that cell, then we go come type equal sum, open the bracket down first. You understand? Then you come the next thing where you go come type na the expression. So make we type the expression. I fit continue from here. I fit continue to type the expression from here. I fit still do am for this place here, this formula bar. But this formula bar na dey easier pass. So I go just come this formula bar, click am. You understand? Provided say this cell don understand something o. Make I click outside first. If I type anything here, equal sum, open bracket, close bracket. As I dey type am here, e dey appear for the formula bar. So you fit come the formula bar, come continue. You fit continue from where you dey type am before, which is the cell box, cell G4. So I dey prefer to use the formula bar. So inside the bracket, we go come type the expression. So wetin we wan add? We wan add the score for Ada Johnson, the score for math, English and science. So the first score na 75. So we go type 75 plus the second one 68 and the third one na 82. You see am? So after you type that one, you go come press your enter key. You go come see say e don give us the answer 225. You see am? Simple as that. If for example, if I click on another cell box, if you check your formula bar, you go see say nothing appear there because the cell box when I click now, e no get anything, so nothing appear for the formula bar. But if I come back to this 225, if I click am, instead of am to show me just the 225, e go show me the formula wey be say dey take get am. But if na figure wey be say dey just type, dey no use formula get am, e go show me the exact figure. For example, the score for Ada Johnson under science, if I click am 82, you see say for the formula bar 82 just appear. But if I come back to this 225, since I no just type am, na formula or calculation na put that figure there, that's why you no go just see 225, but rather you go see the formula wey be say dey take get am. So na one important thing about this formula bar. So now wetin we wan know now is that for sure our formula correct and our answer correct. This answer 225 e correct. But one thing wey be say e make Excel dey very easy to use and wey be say e make calculation come dey easier than the one wey say we dey do with manual, na because say normally as we get this answer like this, we no need to come dey type for the next person, Ben Okoro, no, or the next one, Clara Yusuf, no. We no suppose to dey type like that. We go just drag down and e go just calculate the order, matter don finish. You understand? So now make we try am whether e go work for this score after we don get this one. If you wan drag down normally, you go see this small, you see one small box for this selection, this place where I select this thick rectangle. You go see one small box for bottom right. You see you see my pointer na bold plus. If I move am on top that small box, e go change to thin plus and na black this time. E mean say the pointer don dey on top that small box. You dey see am? If I move am out, e go change back to this. If I move am enter the small box, e go change to thin plus and black. So after I change to this plus, e mean say e don dey on top the small box. So you go just hold your mouse down. You go come dey drag am dey come down and down so that e go calculate automatically the score for the other student. But make we see whether e go work. Bah, e duplicate o, but e come dey give us the same answer when e don get for up, and which is wrong because the other figures dem no be the same. E suppose to give us different answer. And you know why? Because we no use cell address. You remember cell address wey we talk the other time? Because we no use am. So instead of using all these figures, we need to use cell address. I go show you how the cell address dey work so that you go understand why we need to use am. So now, in place of this 75, we go come look the address. For 75 under math, when be Ada Johnson score, wetin be the address? If you trace am up, na D. If you trace am down, na wetin? 4. So make we go back to this result again. We go come type, instead of 75, we go type D4. Then the next one, 68, na the same thing we go do. That one na E4. You dey see am? So we go type E4. The same thing for the last one. That one na F4. So we go just type am and we go press our enter key. You see say e still give us the same answer. Yes, e give us the same answer. But the difference is that as we click this one now, we come drag down. You go come see say the answer go come dey vary. E mean say e correct. Now, how this program dey work? E dey simple. If you check the first one, 225 D4 plus E4 plus F4, e dey along, abi? Now, as you dey drag down to the next one, automatically Ben Okoro score na im be the next one. So now, if you see am, you see say this one now na D, the previous one na D4, the next one D5. That's D4 plus E4 plus F4. Na im be the first one. But now, the next one na D5 plus E5 plus F5. If you go down again, D6 plus E6 plus F6. So now, so you take the variant dey go. So before you do, that's why when you just drag down, it go just give you the calculation for the other ones. If we come down, check this 129, check the formula D13. And if we trace am, the first value na D13 truly, which is for James Uche. Second value, E13. You dey see am? Science. The third one go be F13. So na so you take dey calculate am. You see am? So now let's see how we wan take calculate our average score with that same sum function. Now, we go do the same thing. Na very simple thing. SUM, come open bracket. You fit type am capital letter or small letter, anyone go work. So if you open the bracket, inside this bracket, na there we go type our expression o. Now, average, how we take dey calculate average? Average be say you go get the total number divide by the numbers of values. For example, the total number of value here, which is math plus English plus science, you come divide am by the numbers of value, which is math na 1, English 2, science 3. So you go divide by 3. If you no understand this part, just browse about average. You go understand that. So na be the average score. So wetin we need to do, since we don already get, we fit do am two ways. You understand? We fit say, okay, we'll come to say D4, because we wan get the total first. D4 plus plus E4, which is for the first one, and then F4, You understand? So wetin I go come do, I go put divide by 3. You get? I no need to use cell address for 3 because 3 no need to change. 3 na constant. So divide by 3. But wetin I go come do, I go come put bracket inside again for here. Then put another bracket for this other part. You get? Make I explain this part small so that you go understand. Now you see this part, you see say this sum, you fit use different brackets. You fit use many brackets inside. You no mean say na only one bracket. Now why we put bracket inside here first before this slash and 3? Now because we want make the program add these 3 values first. This one wey be say I highlight, e go add am first. Na the result na go come divide by 3. Because if you not do am like that, if you remember Boardman's principle, you go get wrong answer. You understand? The program fit go divide f4 by 3 first before you go come add am. You go come get wrong answer, e no go correct. So the program must add everything wey be say e dey inside that bracket first before you go come divide the result by 3. So na wetin make us type this one like this. So to get our average, since we don type the formula, na just to hit the enter key o, time no dey. So wetin we come see now na 75. So if we drag this one down, you go see say e go give us different results. How? Check am now. The first one na D4. You dey see am? Plus E4 plus F4 divide by 3. The next one now go be D5. So you go just move down. D5 plus E5 plus F5 divide by what? 3. So you go get the same result. Then you get correct result. So we fit still use another method. Make I call this one average 2. Yeah, for this average 2, for this average 2, we fit do am like this. We fit say since we don get this total score, no need to come dey type this one plus this one plus this one again. We fit just divide the total score by 3. And how? Na still the same thing. Equal to sum, open bracket. Then inside the bracket, just type the address of the total score. The address na G4. So if you type G4 divide by 3, remember either you type capital letter G or small letter J, e go still give you the same thing. So you press enter. You see say e still give us the same 75. Now if we drag am down, we will get the same result. I think una understand this part very well. Then make I just explain some little part. After you don get your result for side like this, what about assuming say you wan calculate vertically? You know say we dey calculate horizontally since, like 75 plus 68 plus 82, like that, and the average. What about, for example, say you wan come add all this one come down? You understand? Make we assume say we wan use am get grand total and see our grand total here. Now wetin we go do? E dey very simple. Na 2 ways about am. One go take you longer time, the other one go take you shorter time. But make we try the long one first because you need to understand am. So equal to sum, you come. So now wetin we dey add? We dey add from 75 down to 41. You get? So we go come type address for 75 na D4. We go come type D4 plus the next one na D5 plus D6. We type D6 plus D7, like that. Na so you go come dey type am. When you don reach the end, you go come press enter. But ask yourself question, as we say you dey deal with like 200 students, how you go come dey still dey type all those ones one after the other, one after the other? That one na stressful job. So wetin you go just do for here is that since you dey add many figure, na just to put column. You see that column wey be say I put, as you type that column, which is the first cell after the first cell, 75, you put that column, you come put the last cell, which is D13, where you get 41, which is for James Uche. So D13. So when you type that D13, it means say from D4 to D13. You dey see this part very well. Make I post am here so that you go see am very well. From D4 to D13. So you dey see this part from D4 to D13. It means say add from D4, D5, D6, D7 down to D13. Na wetin this column mean. You understand? So make we go back to the program. Since we don understand that part now, we go press our enter key. We'll see the answer we will get 637. You get. So now, if you wan come calculate, this one na for only math. What about if you wan come calculate for English and science? You see that our dragging technique, na we go still use. You go just put your pointer for here. You go come drag am to science. You go see the scores there, the total score, which is the grand total. If you check this one na D4 to D13. Remember say you drag to the right. Since you drag to the right, na the later go dey change. So if you select the next one, the next one will come be E4. The previous one na D4, the next one na E4. So the next one again will be F4 to F13. So now, so if you want even like calculate the total and average, na the same thing. Just drag along, e go give you those answers. So now, so you take the do calculate. You know say the thing dey easy, very simple. Then if you wan do some kind small things, maybe you wan make this top, this place bold, you go just select am. If you wan select here, you go click the first one, hold down your mouse button, you go come drag am along. You see am? You don select. If you no wan use that method, you fit click the first part, you go come hold down your shift key, you go come click where the selection go end, which is average 2. The thing don do wetin? Don select. If you no wan use that method, you fit click the first part, you go come hold down your shift key, you go come use your arrow key for your keyboard, just dey press am dey go small until e reach where you wan stop, and e stop. So wetin we wan do for here? We just wan make am bold, and na wetin we do here. If you wan apply color to the text, you go apply am for here, red. If you wan apply background color na there, you just click am. Maybe we wan make am ash, you don do am, simple as that. You get. Then if for example you wan do the same thing for all the names too, you wan make them bold, make them dey different from the other information, you go click this one, come down, click the next one. So na so. Then you come here, you make am bold. You fit even increase the size. You fit come here, you fit type 14, you fit type less than 14. You understand? So na so. Hope una understand this part. I know so una understand am very well. So for our next video, we go come look another practical example, and that one go be on payroll, so that we go come see am in another dimension, and we go understand everything more and more. So abeg, wetin I want make una do, make una help me subscribe. Because if you subscribe, one, if a video come up, even though say you don forget, you go see am for your screen, click that notification. But one wey dey sweet me well well, make una like my video, because when una like am, e dey give me the impression say I dey do am well, and I go wan do more. So una do until we see again.